Welcome in, everybody, to Lock In Live for NFL Week 16 with Uncle Phil. Thanks for joining us this Sunday. Looking forward to the day. Uncle Phil, how are you doing this morning?
Good. Yeah, I'm ready to get some Winners Day. Yesterday it went 4-5-1, so down a unit, ready to make it up today.
Absolutely. Well, hey, your teasers have been hot. You've been crushing NFL for the last, however many months now. Looking forward to today. What's been going into your success these last couple weeks?
Yeah, look, I've kind of taken research to a second level for me. Um, Done a lot of things I won't bore you guys with, but also again this time of year, just have more information than I normally do. So for me, this is a good time of year for me. The more information I have, should be the better I work, and typically it is. And ready to get some things started today.
Absolutely. Well, without further ado, where are we heading first, Uncle Phil?
Yeah, we are headed to Atlanta, where the Giants are coming to visit. Look, the Giants are clearly playing for the last, or for the last place for the in the standings, but first pick in the NFL draft. They need a quarterback. They can't afford to miss this year. There's only two quarterbacks worth taking, really, or so it seems right now. And you might as well take the best of them, even though I don't think either one of them are that great. Besides that, Atlanta does have a good quarterback that they drafted last year. And I don't know if you know, but I've been keeping track of it. The Atlanta offense, when Kirk Cousins was actually competent and it was rolling till he just kind of fell off the cliff, which a lot of veteran quarterbacks do this time of year. Through weeks 2 through 9, Atlanta's offense was averaging, almost 27 points a game. That's to me, about 17 more points than they'll need today. I think Atlanta covers. The late money it's steaming. It was 8.5. Now it's 9.5. The smart money's with me. I'm going with that. I'll take Atlanta minus 9.5 for my first best bet today. My second best bet, I'm going to East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the Rams and the Jets are playing today. Look, I love this. I like McVay in this spot. I think is pretty good as a road favorite. He's really good over the past 2 years. McVay in December is really good. But what I really like, I think Rodgers has been playing better the past 3 games. So what I like more than both of those, and again, following a little bit of the late money here, the total has gone up from 46.5. Now it's 47. Give me the over 47 as my second best bet today.
Love it. And then as far as the notebook goes, what additional is in there as far as games?
Yeah, I've got 4 additional sides of this, and always 4 teasers. It was really hard for me to narrow it down this week. Like I said, put a lot of time into this each week, but this week I felt like I just went kind of overload in this. As college season winds down, it allows me to put more and more time in the NFL, and that's where I use my resources. And so again, really tough for me to narrow it down today. I've got 4 additional teasers today, and I had to narrow that down from 8 that I had. So again, it was a tough get, but I got there and whittled away, and I think I'm on the right side of these today. I think we're going to make some money today.
Love it. And then before we get to some of the questions that are always great, Smooth Andy's on another bye week. So if you want his picks, go to Smooth Andy 5 on Twitter to get those. I don't have them on hand, but we'll see him next show. Anyways, let's get to some questions. First on the line, we got James on TikTok. He says, Uncle Phil, can Carolina cover the 5?
I think they can. Look, I just got some late information literally before I came on today. Notebook was already cooked. Couldn't add it at this time. But I was told, a guy texted me this morning and told me that he had talked to one of the offensive linemen on Arizona, and Arizona's starting center is not playing today, and that's not public knowledge right now. He's not playing, and he hasn't taken reps all week as well. So again, backup center coming in. I think Carolina's the play here. Like I said, too late to make my notebook. It's already gone to print, so to speak. But if I had to add an extra pick today, I'd add Carolina +5. I like it.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for the question, James, and thanks for that, Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Next on the line, we got Preston from Twitter or X, whatever you prefer. He says, what do we think of the Eagles? I got them at -3, lines up to -4. Is this a trap? I know Washington has been good, but Philly has an all-star team out there and have been rolling. Where do you stand on that one, Uncle Phil?
Yeah. I mean, look, I stayed away from this because it's a divisional game. If I did play it, I'd play probably Philly, especially if I had 3. 4 makes me nervous. I don't like that number. If I did anything, I'd probably tease up Washington. I'd take them to 10.5. Of course, I do 6.5-point teasers, so I would take that up to Washington just because it's a divisional game. I feel like Jaden Daniels is playing a lot better lately. But again, the thing that bothers me about Washington that keeps me from taking them, because I would love to take a divisional dog, especially at home. I mean, that's kind of the golden rule. Divisional dogs at home, take them, and most of the time you will win over the course of the season. However, I think in this spot, a little bit of a bad matchup for Washington. Washington, Philadelphia is this two-headed monster. They've shown last week against Pittsburgh they can pass the ball. A.J. Brown is playing today. They can pass the ball or they can run. And I think that's probably what they're going to do today is run a lot. You saw Derrick Henry yesterday. He got almost 200 yards on the ground versus Pittsburgh. Saquon's got to win that rushing title. I know that's important to him, important to the team as well. Expect Saquon to get a lot of carries because Washington is 27th in defending the rush. So I expect Saquon to get a lot of carries early and often, and I think that this team, I think they win, but 4 points was just a little bit too rich for me.
Absolutely. Hey, well, thanks for the question, Preston. Next on the line, we got Braxton Bartlett from YouTube. He says, do you have a good parlay piece to go with Falcons money line? So maybe that's just a money line pick that you can add for Braxton today.
Yeah, money line parlay with Atlanta. I'd probably go Detroit. I think Detroit's a good one, and I'd probably throw in Cincinnati as well. I think Detroit, Cincinnati, those are high enough, but I think that they probably win. I didn't play this game in my notebook, but the Rams, I think the Rams, again, Rams in December under McVay are outstanding. They're 3-0 as road favorites this year. I think they probably get it done. It would start off 3.5. That line went down to 3, so the money's moving that line down. I still think the Rams will play, but I stayed away from it. But any of those teams or all those teams, while you're going at it, I'd get after it.
Alrighty. Hey, well, thanks for the question, Braxton. Best of luck today. Next on the line, we got Corky. Corky, good to see you, man. He says, Unc, can we hear your thoughts on Buffalo today versus New England?
Yeah, that one's obviously that's in the notebook. I won't too much expand on it. Look, it's a cold day. It's a divisional game. The line's really high at 14, especially for a divisional game, and especially for one that's going to be kicking off at 9 degrees. I think that one is a little. I kind of was expecting that line to be 11.5. Was surprised at 14 a little bit. So for me, like I said, I do have a side on that one. I'll let you know. But again, I'm going to be a little bit evasive about what I'm taking. Can Buffalo cover this? Absolutely. Will they today? I don't know. But they have 3 very winnable games today. This team needs to get healthy, and I know Matt Milano is questionable today, so not sure if he'll play as well. So a lot of things to consider, but best of luck to whatever you choose.
Alrighty, hey, thanks for the question, Corky, and good to see you. Next on the line, we got RJB. He says, Unc, can you give us one lock player prop for Christmas? I know you've been doing really well with these. It's not really in your wheelhouse, but you've been crushing these. So if you can give a lock to RJB for Christmas, throw it out there.
Yeah, I had Josh Allen over his rushing total last week against the Lions. That one easily covered. I think we'll do it again today. I'm going to give you a parlay because I wrote them down and I typed them out. And I have got in this one, I'm going to take an anytime TD parlay. I'll take Josh Jacobs. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs. Give me Jalen Hurts. And give me Josh Allen. Anytime TDs. Four guys, anytime TDs. Rack them and stack them.
Love it. And then as far as those picks, what's your favorite of the four?
Look, I'd probably go with probably Jahmyr Gibbs. I like them all, but probably Jahmyr Gibbs anytime TD. The only thing that I didn't put that by itself is that the juice is really rich on that one.
Is it? All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's keep it rolling. I'm going to take the liberty as the host to ask a personal question as a Vikings fan. I want to know about Minnesota, Seattle. Where you stand on that one?
Look, on this one, let me just kind of break it down for you. If I look at the money on this one, both the money and the tickets are on Minnesota. 57% of the money, 78% of the tickets are on Minnesota. Also, the money is heavy on the over on this one. It's at 74% on the money, 81% of the tickets on that. And the line really hasn't moved. It stayed at 3, even though so much money has gone on this, as well as the tickets. However, the over has moved. This morning, when I got after it this morning, started after, it's about 5 a.m., and the total's at 42.5. Right before we came on, late money has steamed that up. The total's gone from 43. If I had to play it, I'd go the over 43 as my play on this one. Look, I don't trust, even though the money and the tickets are overwhelming on Minnesota. Look, NFL teams are very prideful. Seattle got really embarrassed last week against Green Bay. I expect Seattle to come back today, and I think today's probably Seattle's day. If I'm playing this game, I play Seattle +3.
Okay, sweet. I don't like to hear that, but thanks for your opinion on that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, it just depends on the health of Geno Smith, right? I think Geno Smith's back. We obviously see the backup situation last week. Sam Howell is not very good. I mean, he's incompetent. He's just, he was at least, I don't think he was very good at Washington. He holds the ball too long. It's the reason why he had so many sacks, led the league in sacks when he was at Washington. But if Geno Smith can stay healthy, I think this is probably a good spot for them. Again, I think this game probably scores a lot of points. But what keeps me from taking Minnesota is Sam Darnold lately. I don't think his play's been very good. I think he's been very inconsistent. I think I haven't had time to go back and look at it statistically, but if you go back from the very first year till now, I think you'd see a declining Sam Darnold as far as statistically speaking for the year. And I just don't like he was wildly inaccurate last week. I just don't trust him to do it. But do I trust Geno Smith? I don't know either as well. So, look, I stayed away from it for those reasons. But if I did, those would be my plays.
All right. Thanks for that. Let's keep it rolling. We got Chevy Bra on YouTube. He says, do the Jets stand a chance to cover versus the Rams today? I know you said you kind of lean Rams money line, but how about the spread there?
Yeah, look, if it was 3.5, I would take the Jets. It's 3 now. I think the best number's kind of gone away. But, again, the Jets have been really good this season. or Aaron Rodgers has been really good this season against teams with losing record. That's not the Rams. They're coming in with a winning record. I think this is more of a Rams spot today. Wish I could say more. Wish I could kind of come in on your side, but I stayed away from it just because Aaron Rodgers did. But I really do believe today's it's a spot for the Rams.
All righty. Hey, thanks for the question, Chevy. Let's take a few more. We got a question on TikTok. Wants to know if you should take Dolphins money line today versus the Niners.
Look, I don't know what's happened to the Dolphins lately, but the Dolphins has reverted. They came back when Tua came back from his injury. It felt like they got a spark, and they were a much better team. But lately, they haven't been the same Dolphins team, culminating in last week's kind of mess. I think that that line has swung. It opened up. Miami's a favorite now. San Francisco's a favorite. The money's clearly coming in on San Francisco. San Francisco got a lot of injuries, but so does Miami. I just Jonnu Smith has been a really good weapon for Miami, but San Francisco is one of the best in the leagues at taking tight ends away. So I really don't think that weapon's good. Especially with Waddle out today. Tyreek Hill is questionable with that wrist. No, I don't like Miami today. I probably lean towards San Francisco. I didn't take them. It was one in my big board. Again, I had in my big board today 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I had 19 games even before I got to teasers that I had to whittle down to 6. And San Francisco was one of those teams that I whittled down. But I like San Francisco. I don't like Miami here. I feel like Miami, you see some of these teams, like, hey, you just have to win. And you're like, I can't believe you just laid an egg. This was a team you had to win. You had to get out there. You had to win because you had a chance to go to the playoffs, small as it may be, and teams just lay an egg. I feel like Miami's doing that right now, and I don't understand. And Miami also, Mike McDaniel against winning teams is just not very good as well. And not San Francisco's a winning team, got a losing record, but this still is a really good team. And I trust Shanahan over I do Mike McDaniel right now. And so that's where I lean.
All righty. Thank you for the question on TikTok. Next up, we got Soul Chef on Twitter. He says, I like the under in Colts. What do you think? Colts Titans.
Yeah, I can certainly see that one. Look, and if Will Levis was playing, I would 100% agree with you. Mason Rudolph showed me something. I felt like that he can potentially do that. I think you can also throw on this Titans team a little bit. But if I had to play something, I'd probably play that. Let me look at it real quick on what I've got on this one. The money on this one, 69% on Indianapolis to cover, as well as the tickets are on that. As far as both the pros and the Joes, both slightly lean toward the under. So if you take the under, I would certainly you're in good company because the money's there and the public's there, but just a slight lean on that. I don't see Anthony Richardson being very productive. He had one good game when he came back after they benched Joe Flacco again, and since then he's under 50% completion percentage each week. So I think you can pretty much count on him to kill this. The only thing that concerns me is that Tony Pollard has an ankle injury. So they may not run him as much today. So I think Mason Rudolph could throw the ball. So I stayed away from it. I left it alone. If you did something with that, I would tease the total up at 49. Again, I do 6.5 teasers from 42.5 to 49. I'd like it better.
All righty. Hey, well, thanks for the question. Last question of the day before we wrap up. I know we're getting closer to kickoff here. Should we expect any primetime teasers tonight and on Monday Night Football?
100%. We'll drop them they'll be going on at 7:30 Eastern on both Sunday and Monday night. We're gonna keep our teaser streak going. We're over 70%. We're over 70% for the year on primetime teasers. I don't plan on losing that 70%.
Love it. And then we can head into Christmas Day for those games as well, and have a great holiday season. What do you say, Uncle Phil?
Yeah, look, I'll be posting tickets, all the games for Christmas, of course. I'm not going to do Christmas and put it on the notebook. That'll all be free. Just my schedule next week. We'll do that. Again, we should be in good shape there. And guys, hey, really appreciate you guys. Anything last thing for you, Matt?
Nothing. I'm just looking to have a big day today and heading to Christmas with a little more money in my pocket. So looking forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Picks today.
Yeah, absolutely. We're paying for Christmas today, guys. So, guys, hey, thanks for tuning in. For Matt, who hosts and produces the show, I'm Uncle Phil. Please follow me at Uncle Phil's Locks across all channels. Guys, let's make some money today, guys, and really appreciate you spending your morning with us. As always, guys, let's roll.